A quiet evening had fallen over the monastery. The lamps burned softly, and the scent of sandalwood drifted through the carved stone pillars. Buddha lay in serene repose, not asleep, not awake, but in that mysterious stillness that is beyond both. His disciples sat nearby, eyes lowered, their breaths blending with the silence. And then came the king, jewels upon his robe, a golden crown upon his head, yet his eyes were tired. He had ruled vast lands, but tonight he had come to surrender, not to command. He stepped inside, saw the Buddha resting on his side, radiant in peace. The sight pierced his heart. He removed his crown and placed it gently on the marble floor. For the first time in his life, he bowed not before a throne, but before emptiness, before a man who owned nothing, desired nothing, yet was richer than the whole world. He whispered, "Lord, I have conquered kingdoms, yet peace eludes me. What is enlightenment, and how can I attain it?" Buddha opened his eyes, not hurriedly, not slowly, just like a flower opening to light. He looked into the king's eyes, and for a long moment said nothing. That silence was not empty, it was alive. It was as if existence itself was speaking without words. The king waited. The silence grew deeper, heavier, until it filled the entire hall. And when Buddha finally spoke, his voice was like the sound of wind passing through bamboo, gentle, effortless. He said, "To attain enlightenment, one must first drop the idea of attainment. You have come as a king, but truth is not reached by royalty. It is found only when the throne within collapses." The king bowed again, trembling. "I can renounce my wealth, my palace, my army. Would that bring enlightenment?" Buddha smiled faintly. "You may renounce the world, yet carry the world inside you. True renunciation is not of things, it is of the self. Even if you sit in the forest, the eye will follow you like a shadow." The king said, "Then what am I to do?" Buddha said, "Do nothing. That is the greatest doing." The king was puzzled. "How can nothing bring me truth?" Buddha said, "Because truth is already here. You are the one running away from it. In your search, in your striving, in your thirst for results, you move farther and farther away. Stop moving, and you will see you are never lost." The king's eyes grew moist. He looked at Buddha's body, lying so still, yet more alive than any warrior, any conqueror. He said, "You are resting, yet it feels as though the whole cosmos is awake through you." Buddha said, "Resting is not sleep. Resting is returning home. When a mind stops wandering, when desire no longer pulls and fear no longer pushes, you fall into your own being, and that is rest. That is nirvana." The king sat quietly. His crown lay before him, a circle of gold reflecting the lamplight. He gazed at it and suddenly realized that circle had enslaved him. He had believed it was his glory. Now he saw it was his chain. He whispered, "I ruled others, but I never ruled myself." Buddha nodded. "The one who conquers himself is greater than the one who conquers 1,000 armies. You fought with swords, now fight with awareness. Watch your thoughts as they arise. Watch your greed, your pride, your fear. Do not suppress them. Do not follow them. Just watch. Slowly, your watching will burn them away like fire burns dry leaves." The king closed his eyes. Inside, he saw the parade of his memories, victories, pleasures, fears, regrets, all passing like clouds. For the first time, he did not judge them. He just watched. And in that watching, something shifted. A strange lightness came, a release, as though a lifelong burden had suddenly dropped. When he opened his eyes again, Buddha was still resting, utterly motionless, petals falling gently from above. The king whispered, "Now I understand why you do not speak much. Words disturb this fragrance. Buddha smiled. Yes, truth is not taught, it is caught. You can sit near the flame and become a flame. You can sit near silence and become silence. The king bowed deeply, touching his head to the earth. Master, he said, I came seeking knowledge, but I have found something far greater. Not an answer, but a peace that cannot be shaken. Buddha said softly, keep that peace alive. Let it move through your hands, your eyes, your words. Govern your kingdom with awareness, not ambition. Let silence sit upon your throne. The king nodded. He lifted his crown, but something in him hesitated. It no longer felt heavy because it was made of gold. It felt heavy because it belonged to a man who no longer existed. He left it there beside the Buddha, and when he walked out of the monastery, the night sky above him seemed infinite. Not an empire to conquer, but a vastness to dissolve into. Buddha closed his eyes again. The disciples looked on, and one of them whispered, Master, will the king return? Buddha said, if he returns, he will not be the same. Once a man has tasted silence, he cannot go back unchanged. Whether he rules or renounces, it matters not, for now he knows the inner kingdom.